Hello, my friends. Today is April the 23rd, and that thing is noisy. This is a birthday reading. If this is your birth date, this is to cover the year to follow, so it might be a 7 to 10 minute long reading. Bear with me. It's a 4 card pull, a general energy card for the year, a challenge you might face this year, an action you can take to stay in balance, and an outcome or synopsis reading. This is the general energy card of the year, and it talks about the desert. And what does the desert reflect upon? Well, most people are afraid of the desert. Most people are afraid of going out into the desert. It seems wild. It seems uncontrollable. It seems like a place where one could easily die. It seems like, resources are very limited. Water, food, shelter, comfort. The sun blazes hot in the day and makes it unbearable, and then the cold infiltrates at night, and there's no place to hide and be comfortable. It's just, it holds a lot of challenge in most people's head. And yet, the desert is a very beautiful place. It's full of kind of a sense of magic and mystery. It's full of animals and critters and creatures that know how to survive. It's full of water if you understand where to get it, and maybe not full of water, but it has water and moisture if you know how to get it. But mostly, what does the desert signify? It signifies that we uh, um, need to be isolated and shut off from society and from other words and talking and other things around us, and really look at ourselves from a cold place, from a hot place, from a place of distraction. The desert says you have to look at yourself. You have to understand yourself on the biggest levels. You have to see what's really important when you don't have the necessary water, and you don't have the necessary food, and you feel blazed upon, or so cold, and that you can't get away from yourself, that you have to look at yourself. It's kind of a sense of a forced reckoning within yourself, to look at yourself deeply, and to not shy away from yourself, and not think that you're going to die by looking at yourself, and not going into the desert of your soul, the places in your soul that are crying for water, and crying for relief, and crying for some kind of clarity, and crying for some kind of comfort, because we all have those places inside of us, and most of the time we ignore them, and we do things to cover them up, and we take things to make things happy. But then, when those things wear off, we're always returned to this place. And the desert says, you have to come here to me. You have to look at me. You have to look at the places that feel barren and dry, hopeless, helpless. You have to look at those places. You have to see your part in how you create those places in your life, in your soul, in your body, and in your everyday world, covering up our deserts, and trying to pave them over, trying to cover them up, trying to pretend that everything is pretty and lush and filled with water, when it's not. It's dry, it's barren, it's hot, it's scary. So what is the desert about for you this year? Your particular challenge is the judgment card. So judgment card is often about the law. It's about feeling judged by someone else, feeling judged within ourselves. It's, the biggest picture, Judgment Day in the Christian calendar says you have to look at what you did, you have to honor and own what you did and your part in it, and you have to think about the bigger pictures and have that reckoning. Now, this can be about some kind of lawsuit, or some kind of legal papers, or some kind of, loans, or some kind of business transactions, or some kind of inheritance, or some kind of, something to do with the law and legality and judgments and opinions. And you're challenged this year to face those things. Outside, possibly, there might be things that don't bode well for you, or that you fear might not bode well for you. Uh, Inside, it might be that you just judge yourself harshly, and you're unwilling to uh, look at yourself deeply and find out what the root causes of your own pain and your own judgments that you can often then spread to others, just because of overwhelm, just because of not understanding, just because of unwillingness, I think, on some level, to go into the pain of your own soul and your own experience, and look at the projections you make out of a fear of what how you could be judged, or what you could be judged upon, or how the government, or how the law, or how your family, or how your church, or how your friends, or your or wife, or your husband, or your children, or your animals might be judging you. And so there's a lot of questions about uh, what's real for you, and how can you get out of this malaise that you might feel like you're put in. Well, I think you have to go to the desert, and you have to really do what the prairie dog says to do. This is the action to take. Prairie dog says retreat. Prairie dog is often on the edge of the desert. It has some some shrubbery that they can eat and hide upon, but they sit in holes along the edge of a highway, in the most kind of barren, rockiest places, and they stand at the edge of their holes looking out over everything, being highly aware, so that they know when they can, how they can protect their family. They know when they can go into retreat. They know when they can need to dive into their hole. So I think this is saying to you, dive into your hole, go into retreat, go into quiet, go into giving yourself some sustenance and protecting yourself. You'll know when you need to be aware of things. Your prairie dog is alert. Your energy is alert. Be aware, but give yourself some retreat. Go into those places that give you a respite from the heat of the desert, the respite from being seen by the bright sun, the respite from being cold by the chilling of the night, the respite from feeling like you have no moisture, you have no food, you have no clothing, you have no shelter, you have no sense of yourself as a balanced being, a divine being, a being that's I think allowed. I think the desert says to us that we are abandoned. And so you have to look at the sense of abandonment within yourself. And you can't abandon yourself in the middle of all this. You are the only one that can take care of yourself. You can't abandon yourself. Uh, you need to find your retreat. You need to go into your retreat, and you need to love and honor and hold yourself, and find some comfort there, and choose and look and choose uh, a different way to look at your pain, and to honor that you have. You feel abandoned. You feel cut off. You feel left out. You feel like you're wandering the desert by yourself, alone and without comfort. So what do you do? I think the prairie dog. This is the outcome card, and I think this card talks to me about get help, seek creator, seek guidance, seek voices that can help you to see the light and to see your path and to find some understandings. You have to ask for some help. You have to call down your guides. You have to call in people or beings or energies that can help you to understand where you're at and not feel like you're abandoned. You are worthy. They are waiting there for you. They just need you to ask for them to come. They just need you to believe that they have something good to offer. They won't offer it to you if you're not willing to receive it, if you're not willing to work with it. You don't get the offers. If you're willing to work and receive something and take it to heart and move into a better place for yourself, then all the guidance you need is there, and it's still there regardless of whether you're open to it or not. But if you're not open to it, you're not going to see it. So you have to be open to having some words of wisdom that come from others, that come from other energies, that come from your own soul, that come from your mystic connection to spirit, that come from your your sense of being sacred and honorable and deserving of respect. It's not a desert inside of you, it's a lush garden. Yes, there are pockets of desert inside of you that are dry and infertile and barren and seem scary, but overall, you have a lush wellspring inside of you. You have to let it flourish, and you have to remember that you are all things. You have the desert, you have the mountains, you have the lush springs, and you have the barren wildernesses. And we just have to ride the waves that take us through each one of those and find ways to deal with them and find ways to, face harsh judgments that might be coming from outside or from within ourselves. And usually, again, they're about being abandoned. So may this not feel like a year where you're abandoned. May you take a good look at yourself under that pretense of feeling abandoned, and may you see with clarity that everything is available to you if you're available to it. Oma Takliasin.